the final night. Come on. And I'm now going to go to the Finbloods and have a little chat with them and find out why that woman seems to know somehow that we were going to go meet those men. That should be intriguing to find out.
You have been. No, you are going to China.
What are you talking about?
Why is he smiling? The father. Is it the father behind him?
You're not making any sense.
You chased it for the one at the top of the city. On the sea. Oh, on the ground. Oh, you found it in the crypt. It's open. Oh, it's open. Oh God. Oh God. Run.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I see nothing. Disregard what I say.
You have a gift. Please, it's very important. Can you tell me anything else?
One hand moves the pieces of the game. The winner keeps his hand on the pawn.
Can you be more specific?
I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say.
Wait. Do you know anything about the murder on the pier?
Murder. Yes. The killer is dead. He moves soon and travels to the heart of the Angeles, and to the home of the stars, and then returns fulfilled and empty once again.
Can you be more specific?
I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say.
Can you tell me my fortune? I'll pay you.
Fortune is not your destiny. All of us are unfortunate. Every time I sleep, the future plays out before me. I know the ending. It will end over and over until I cease to dream. I know your questions. For $100, I'll tell you what you don't want to hear. I need money to leave this place.
100? I'll give you 20. Here's my question.
Then ask again.
What's going to happen to me in the next few nights?
The Crimson Ship is not who he says she is, and is going to burn. Dinosaurs. He's furious. The man with the crest. The voice in the darkness. Boss. Chinese brothers. Follow the lights to the end of the tunnel. Where do you want to go?
Who can I trust?
The man on the couch. The lone wolf. All others. Tread carefully.
Who are my enemies?
Men. Everywhere. Some with swords, some with smiles. But I pity them. You are a remarkable foe.
Ooh. I wasn't earlier, but maybe I can grow into one. So who has a job I can do?
Those with a lot to say usually have something on their mind. There are many unique individuals around the city. It's almost as if they're waiting for you to ask the right thing. E, for example.
Ooh. Any advice? Something that's going to save my life?
Don't open it.
In 5th grade, who stole my bike?
I see the future, not the past.
Alright, so am I going to win after all is said and done?
Whether or not you win the game matters not. It's if you bought it.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, that sounds a bit weird, but we'll see if it comes true or not. Are you E?
Listen, it's like I've told you types about 1,000 times now. We know we can't hunt round here, all right? We're minding our own business. No reason to hassle the weaklings.
What are you talking about?
You mean you ain't here to run us off?
No, why would you think that?
We're getting pretty sick of it. Someone's sighting domain, or in the worst cases, hunting us for sport.
Why? What's wrong with you?
Dunno. We all seem to have come down with the same disease. Oh, hell, who am I kidding? We're a bad horror show, all right? We seem to be the runts, the mistakes. You types call us thin bloods. I say we're all equally screwed.
Finbloods? But what clan are you from?
Clan. See, I've heard all that before, and I still don't know what the hell anyone's talking about. I'd like to know just what I've become. We'd all like to know just what the hell kind of devil's contract we've apparently signed.
How did this happen to you?
I'd just come to town for the surf tourney. Seems like years ago, but it's, well, been about 6 months now. Every night during the finals, I used to hit the local diner after the beach parties fizzled out in the AM. That's where I met her.
Met who?
She had a natural beauty. Not like all the plastic dolls littering the sand. Her name was Lily. I remember introducing myself, the way she seemed grateful for the company. Well, a few nights after our meeting, we were on the beach alone.
Go on.
She tried to tell me what she was, but I didn't understand. And so she showed me. I was furious with her when I took it all in. I cursed her and left, never really knowing what I was. Well, I realise now how she must have felt. So here I am now, a mystery to myself.
Is Lily dead?
Clinically, yes. But honestly, I don't know. I suppose I'd have moved on by now if I didn't think she'd show up one of these nights. There's a lot I've got left to say to her.
Are all these others here Finbloods as well?
Aye. Most of them just recently arrived in LA. Got chased off by the Sabbath or some such thing from their home cities. They're more in the dark than I am. They're a good bunch, but I've been through a lot. It's affected them.
You know you do know you're vampires, right?
That's what Lily tried to tell me. But what I don't understand are the rules, and the terms, and the reasons some of them are at our throats claiming we're harbingers of the apocalypse. That's what I want to know.
Maybe I should look into this whole Finblood thing.
I hope you have better luck than I did. No one's been particularly friendly to me in this city. The only reason we're in Santa Monica is because we haven't been chased out yet.
I'll ask around and see what I can dig up.
Oh, we'd appreciate it. Oh, before I forget, name's E. The black-haired beauty over there's Rosa. Sees the future, so she says. That nervous bloke is Copper. The one who can't speak so well's Julius. Kids clubs with them. They've had it rough.
Any idea where I might begin looking for information?
Seems no one will talk about it. This all started that night in the diner. Maybe you could start there.
I'll see what I can do. Goodbye. Well, I will be having some kid gloves. But not with all.
Do you know who the head vampire is?
Who doesn't?
If the head vampire dies, we all become human again, right?
If he's killed at the Holy Stake, sure. Interested in purchasing it?
Okay, but first I had another question. How about blood transfusions? If I get a full blood transfusion, I can become human again, right?
Sure, if it's unicorn blood.
Unicorn blood?
Oh, there could be vampires, but no such thing as unicorns?
I'll buy it, I'm gonna go get some money, come back in a little while.
Okay. Yeah, we are unfortunately ripping him off. By the way, don't do this if you're playing a high humanity character, which I am not. I don't like ripping him off when I'm playing as goody characters, because it's mean. We are so mean. We were stealing all his money, giving him false hope, and potentially getting him killed in some cases. But I'll show you that when it comes. But for now,
Help you?
relax. I'm here to buy you-know-what from you-know-who.
Okay, you can go on in. And if you really want to make my night, go ahead and start some shit in there, because I would love it.
I'll remember that. Thanks. And of course he reacts differently if I have enough seduction points, which is another way I can get in. And of course you can, if you have enough coercion, you'll be able to do that as well. By the way, if you have inspection 4 at least, or at least 5, there is that car radio, but we can't see it right now. But what we can do is, this is a chest, but unfortunately I can't open it just yet because I only have burglary free. But when we get 7, we will come back here and unlock this. And here we have the online banking. So let's try to hack it. Unfortunately I can't. I need 8. Now you can come back here later, provided that you haven't turned off the power, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this right now because not only you get, I think, $100, you also get a point of XP, and because Dennis is a really bad dude, we aren't going to lose any humanity. We only lose humanity when we're robbing innocent people. Dennis is far from an innocent person. He's a drug dealer and makes explosives, so he's not a bad person. So we're not going to lose any humanity if we hack his bank account or steal from that chest. Because that's another thing, you can lose humanity if you steal from innocent people's chests. Alright, so we have 1 point. And of course you can do this fairly with the hacking, but I'm not doing it fairly.
Okay, yeah, listen up, girl. Cash money up front, and that is non-negotiable in your case. So we're clear? I have got not one moral fiber restraining me against hitting a bitch should she get out of line. You understand? That said, what can I do to make you feel like the world is your bucket of fudge rippled with walnuts?
What have you got?
My staff maintains at all times a 24-karat smorgasbord of A-plus narcotics guaranteed to make the competition shit seem like a weak cappuccino in comparison. White, green, blues, reds, black, pick a color.
Now, if I had enough seduction, he would be like, ooh, yes, I can't wait. You're hot. And you could also be like, hey, can I pay for the explosives with, wink, wink, nudge, nudge sex?
Explosives? Fun stuff. You can get yourself a lot of attention that way. I may have something. Why would you need to get your hands on some fireworks?
Money problems. I need to make a car disappear for the insurance.
Sure, okay. I got some stuff that'll do the trick. Astrolite. It's like TNT's bigger, meaner cousin with a prison record. I don't like keeping the stuff around. Too dangerous. So I let you have it for a little less than the going rate.
I'm good for the money. Believe me, I never rip off a guy like you.
You sure you're good for it? Because all it means to me if you're not is a little late-night shark fishing trip with the boys, if you understand what I'm saying. Here, you hold on to it. But if you don't pay me, your life is shit. Understand?
Yeah, I understand. I'll bring the money as soon as I can. Goodbye.
Tension, inflict some pain.
Okay. So, we have okay. So we have the Astrolite. And we also have a couple of other quests. We have a Fimblood who believes anything you say. Selling him the blood and a stake could make you some money. However, I'm going to wait on that because in the final nights, the amount of money he's going to give me is actually based off my haggling skill, barter skill. So I want to wait until I get my bartering skill to a nice level so I can get the maximum amount of money since I am costing myself a resource here. Free resources. And speaking of resources, oh look! Look what we found. We found a stake. How useful. That's what we could sell to him later. But we're not going to give it to him yet, as I've said. Giving him the stake will have him be like, okay, do you know where the head vampire is so I can go and kill him? And we can't rip him off anymore. So we're going to wait until we have enough barter skill so we can sell the blood packs and then give him the stake, which we are selling as a fully stake. Okay, well, let's go to the diner and try to find out more information on Lily. Also, maybe we should check out that whole thing in Kirkpatrick's place. Maybe he'll have some work for us. Then again, he might not. Alright. So I'm just gonna save.
What'll it be, honey?
The cream is curdled. I can smell it. And I think those are rat droppings there.
You're the health inspector.
Let me just get my badge and I'll show you.
You know, at least the last health inspector had the decency to make it clear when he was asking for a bribe. Here's $50. I get to live the dream for another exciting month. Yay.
If you excuse me, I have other fine establishments to inspect. So we got $50, but
What'll it be, honey?
I have another question for her. You ever see any pale, strange types here and here, late at night?
Is
Sorry.
that a trick question?
Have you ever heard the term Fimblood?
Thin blood. Sounds familiar. Is that one of those tropical diseases?
Try to remember, where did you hear it?
I know I've heard that before.
Maybe a kind of strange pretty girl said something about it recently?
Oh, that girl. Nice girl. First decent human being I've seen in here for years. Not like all the junkies and crazies I normally see. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, weird. She left a tip, but she didn't order a thing. Yeah, she looked so hungry, too. Just sat there all night with a full glass of water in front of her, talking about this and that. She seemed lonely. A little scared, so I let her stay in the booth until we closed. She left some stuff here. You seem to know her. Why don't you give it back to her if you run into her?
Thanks. I'll be sure to do that. Alright. So let's have a little examine. Okay, so we have a purse that she left behind. A bail bond for Ralph Toten. And that's her picture. August 03, Santa Monica, Lily. Oh, that was a while back. Hello.
Something I can help you with.
How are you doing?
I don't see how that's any business of yours.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
Goodbye, then.
Okay. By the way, your eyes are really obvious. I know you could probably pretend it's like contact lenses, but you're kind of breaking the Masquerade, bro. Also, now that we have Inspection 4, we can start seeing some of the hidden items here, like this watch. But the higher our inspection goes, the more items we can find. I'll be showing some of the items that you can find up to perhaps Inspection 7 or 8.
Of the last age of mankind, repent your wickedness and atone in these your last hours.
And also, if I'm able to, I will also show you what will you get at Inspection
If you're new to town or
10.
just new to this whole radio thing,
So here's a
listen
chest
to
here. However,
Good Night.
we can't unlock it without Patrick here having a problem with it.
Well, looks like the boards are
He will
lining up.
confront us, and if we don't have a high enough social skills, he will attack us. Also, we will lose a humanity for robbing him. But he won't notice us robbing his computer. Let's see. Alright. Okay. And again, you don't have to pay attention to this at all if you don't want to cheat, like I am. Which, I did actually find this out through legitimate means. Like, I actually worked up a character to have enough hacking points to do this, and I actually, you know what, I forgot to actually check how much you need for this. Let me do that now. Just for informational purposes for you, so you know what hacking level you need. Which is 6, so that's a pretty easy thing you can get. I guess reasonably early on. Alright. But, again, we're going to lose some. However, because Kirkpatrick is an innocent, we are going to lose humanity. So, this is something you have to kind of strategize to work out on. So, you want to make sure you get the best use of your humanity. I'm going to not hack any more computers for the moment until I get a couple more points of humanity. Because I want to make sure that when I'm actually talking to other characters, I'm actually as reasonably kind of humanish as possible, because if your humanity gets too low, it becomes harder to get humanity back and be able to pick the humane option. Also, you can be forced to be pretty nasty or be monstrous.
Welcome to Kilpatrick 24-hour bail bonds. My name's Arthur Kilpatrick. How can I help you?
It feels weird about his beard. You run this place, I assume?
Yep, sure do. I'm a third-generation bondsman. Got a few employees, but I handle most every aspect of the business.
How is business these days?
Well, my business ain't bad, I can tell you that much. Santa Monica's gone downhill. Used to be pretty nice, I guess. We do a higher volume now than we did a few years ago, but we gotta deal with a lot more bail jumpers and crap like that.
Sounds like Santa Monica has seen better days.
Hell yeah, I ain't complaining. I'm in a good position to watch it all just slide right down the tubes, you know what I mean?
Great. You get a lot of bail jumpers, I assume.
Of course, goes with the business. Then you sick the bounty hunter on 'em.
That's gotta be an interesting job.
You betcha. I used to do some bounty hunting back in the day. Takes a good solid set of brass balls. Pardon the expression, Missy, but it takes balls to be a good bounty hunter.
Is the bounty hunter you have any good?
Yep, damn good. His name's Carson, and he's great at what he does when he wants to do it. I can't seem to find him now, though. He's pissing me off, to be honest. I need him to go find someone.
Maybe I could find them for you instead.
Well, I don't feel right cutting Carson loose just yet. We go way back. I knew his father, too. Tell you what, since I'm stuck here, why don't you go look for him? Just real quick. I'll pay you for your time.
I guess I could. Of course. Where should I look for him?
Great, great. I suppose the first place you should look is his apartment in Santa Monica Suites. Apartment 1, I think it is. Maybe you'll find something there to let you know where he's got himself to. Here's a key card. That'll let you in.
Before I go, could you ask her a question?
Sure, honey. What is it?
Have you heard about the murders in town?
Yeah, they're saying there was a murder down by the pier, just like the one the other day down in Long Beach. Just vicious. Tore 'em up. They're saying it's a serial killer.
Scare you at all?
Well, typically when things like this happen, the cops ratchet up the patrols and start hauling in more suspicious types. Could be good for me.
If you say so. I have a few more questions if you don't mind.
Sure, honey. What is it?
I'd like to know a few about places in town.
What place you want to know about?
What do you know about the asylum?
Oh, you mean that club? We get drunk and disorderlies and drug bust out of there sometimes. Some fights. The owners run it pretty tight, though.
Who are the owners?
You know, I'm not even sure. Couple of ladies. Sisters, I think. You don't see them around here too much.
Isaiah, I wanted to ask you about another place.
What place you want to know about?
Do you know anything about the Gallery Noir?
Ah, yeah, I know the place. Funny thing is, that spot used to hold a stinky old pet store. Now it's some hoity-toity art gallery with wine and cheese and whatnot.
Yes, very ironic. Now I want to ask you about someplace else.
What place you want to know about?
Some place close to here.
Yeah, sure. Where?
What do you know about the diner?
Yeah, that old diner been there going on 4 decades now. Ain't really had a staff change since Nixon was in office, neither. Good people there.
Sounds nice. I want to find out about another place.
What place you want to know about? Yeah, sure. Where?
What can you tell me about the pier?
The old pier used to really draw in tourism money, but it don't so much anymore. It's pretty much just an old weather-beaten landmark now.
Well, not too bad. I have to run. See you later. Okay. Well, we have to go and look for that. Well, we are actually going to that same apartment. That's where Mercurio is. Useful. But first, we're going to look for a car, which is Guy Coney. Fabulous. Just fabulous. Well, let's look at the car park. There was a car that was locked, but let's have a look at the license plates. That one doesn't have a license plate. Ah, this is exactly what we're looking for. Oops. Now we have a tire iron here, which we will pick up and sell later. Oh, we have a diary. This diary seems to be a woman's diary. 30th of April, 2003. I met this guy at the asylum. He's so beautiful. Oh my god. His name is Ralph, and he's from Germany. European men are just so classy compared to boring California boys. He asked me to see me tomorrow night. I wonder if he's rich. He looks rich. I'm going to go shopping tomorrow and pick out something that won't make me look like a big fat pig. Can't wait to see him. 21st of May, 2003. I think he's getting serious. I think it's getting serious with Ralph. He told me he wanted to give me something very special next week. And if it's what I think it is, it's about time. Damn time. I thought Europeans were supposed to be less uptight about this sort of thing. 6th of June, 2003. I woke up at 9 p.m. today. That would be strange in itself, except I don't remember going to sleep last night. In fact, I don't remember anything since last Saturday night with Ralph when Ralph was over. 10th of June, 2003. I woke up late again. I haven't eaten anything in 4 days. I don't know what's wrong with me. 11th of June, 2003. Ralph came over last night. He said the reason I hadn't eaten anything was because I needed blood. He said it was all I could eat now, and that I wouldn't feel hungry anymore if I drank some. He had a bag of it from a local blood bank. I tried to refuse, but I couldn't. What was happening to me? 26th of July, 2003. Ralph says he's going to have to leave soon. He says people are trying to force him out of the country. He said he didn't say anything about taking me with him. 22nd of August, 2003. I had to bail Ralph out of jail today. He was arrested because of his visa expired. He looked frightened. I'm afraid he's going to leave. Okay, the date is wrong here, so I don't know why it's wrong, but okay, obviously sometime later. I haven't seen Ralph or heard from Ralph since the night I bailed him out. I don't know what to do. I thought he cared about me. Why did he do this to me? 15th of April, 2004. I talked with this guy I met in the Sunrise Diner until 5 this morning. When I told him I had to go, I felt like Cinderella. He seemed like a prince. 16th of April, 2004. I met this guy from the Sunrise Diner again. He has no idea what I am. 24th of April, 2004. I brought E, the guy from the Sunrise Diner, back to my apartment last night. He said he's going back to Australia in a few days. Now that the tournament is coming to an end, I don't want him to leave. I've never felt this way about someone before, not even Ralph. 25th of April, 2004. E kissed me last night, and I couldn't stop myself from biting into his neck, but I drank too much, and I gave him my blood to save him. When I explained this all to him, he said he never wanted to see me again. What have I done? 8th of May, 2004. I haven't been able to feast since that night with E. I'm afraid what will happen. I remember Ralph brought some blood from the blood bank. Maybe if I can sneak in, I can grab a few bags, and get out before anyone catches me. That was months ago, and we're in, if you actually look at the calendars in this game, we're in October. So, it's been a while. Well, I guess it's time to investigate the blood bank. Which is actually where the clinic is. But first... Actually, I'm gonna get myself some $20, because...
Yes, is there something I can, help you with?
What are you doing?
Waiting for that blasted tow truck I called an hour ago. I'd rather not wait another second in this part of town, this time of night. It's rather a dreadful place, don't you think? I should have listened to my mechanic. By German, he said.
Terribly sorry to trouble you. My wallet has been stolen and I need to take a cab.
Oh, I completely understand. Here, take a few bucks. Think nothing of it. I wouldn't be surprised if in this neighborhood you were pickpocketed. Anyhow, good evening, and do be careful.
Oh, that was nice. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go sell this baseball bat and the tire iron. Oops.
Thanks for coming back.
I was wondering if you had heard anything about the serial killer.
Yeah, it's freaking me out, to be honest. I'm open all night and Santa Monica police don't rank amongst the nation's most worthy.
Oh, of course. That makes sense, sadly. Are these killings happening around here?
Oh, I don't know. I heard earlier someone at the pier got ripped up like that poor bastard in Long Beach the other day.
Oh my gosh. That's what I heard too.
I'll tell you, crazy stuff happens all the time, and it's like we just get used to it, you know, just going our way, do-do-do. But this, I don't know. These killings are chilling.
Indeed, you should be careful.
So, did you need anything in particular, or...?
What'd you have to sell?
Alright, here's what we got today.
Alright. Now, I'm saving up the little bits and bobs, like jewelry, other medicines, to sell when I have a higher barter, but I don't mind selling the little weapons, because they don't really sell for that hugely much anyway. It's not that big of a deal, but you can always drop them and, do the paint tasking, staking task of selling it at a time. But we have a lot of money. Alright.
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen.
I'm here to work on the network upstairs.
Nobody told me to expect any technicians.
Well, your driver complex has a security angle in the IP rotating matrix.
Fine, whatever. Here's the key for the second floor. Stairs are down the hall. Tell the guard upstairs you're here to work on the network.
I just hope I'm in time to salvage the final night's 1A mainframe. Bye. Okay. Now, we can actually we can help this poor girl here in a moment.
Please, get a doctor.
What's wrong?
My insides. It hurts so bad.
Hold on, I'll find someone for you. Okay.
I'm sorry, miss, but you're going to have to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions.
But there's a girl over there, and I think she's gonna die.
See here now, I'm the only physician here at the moment. We got twice as many people as usual waiting for treatment. I'll look at her as soon as possible. Try to talk to her, keep her awake.
But
I've got a man in there with a bullet in his head. My nurse paged Dr. Roberts a half hour ago. He'll be here any time. Till then, stay with your friend and make sure she doesn't go into shock. I must go.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. She's not looking good. She's looking really not good. I don't think she's gonna make it. I think we're gonna have to ghoul her. Because it does heal them, right? She's gonna feel a hell of a lot better. You like that? Best cure in the world.
You... Who are you? Oh, what did you do? What did you do to me?
Well, since she's gonna be my ghoul, I'm sure it's gonna be okay. I simply wanted to help.
But you did something. I kissed your wrist. I can feel it inside of me. What did you do?
I fed you my blood. I'm a vampire. My blood can heal you.
What?
Oh shit.
Doctor! Security!
Okay. Whoops. Yeah, probably not the best thing to do. Maybe me announcing I'm a vampire was a really bad idea and I have a masquerade violation. Whoops. Also, if I kill that guy here, I would probably get a criminal violation and, you know, have some issues. Anyway. Also, I'd probably lose a point of humanity. But never mind about that now. Also, I have a masquerade violation, which is going to cause us a little issue soon. But first, let's check out this blood bank. Oh, he's an employee of the month, huh?
You next up for the needle? Your donation could save a life, you know. Oh, but isn't it a little late for altruism? I don't think you're here to give blood at all. I don't buy it, Betty. I bet you're here to take blood. Am I right?
You offering?
Right down to business. None of this pretend I don't drink blood shit. Very refreshing to find a decisive customer. I respect that. So, what'll it be?
I need to get into the back room.
Employees only. Them's the rules of the queen bitch herself.
It's okay. The queen bitch gave me her okay. Go ahead, call her.
She did, huh? Queen bitch told me never to let anyone back there. I remember her repeating it over and over in that cold, pretentious voice of hers.
Go ahead, call her.
Opened.
Don't worry, I won't make too much of a mess. Famous last words, but still. Alright, so I'm just gonna unlock my way to the other side of the clinic. Oh, I gotta be careful. Oh gosh. But let's check out this area. So this is where the morgue is. Oh, that's about Cavaders. Okay, that door's locked. That's obviously the room where Vandal is. So this is the freezers. Let's try to do this. We need hacking free, which I don't have at the moment. Let's see if we can find out more what's going on.
Who are you? What are you doing back here?
If you don't know, you shouldn't be asking.
Oh, you here for the special sauce?
What do you think?
Okay, stupid question, Phil. She's in the freezer. Today's code is... Think, Phil. It's, moon landing, 1969.
1969. Got it. Someone's in the freezer? Huh. She's in the freezer. Is Lily in the freezer? Well, I guess we'll find out. Oops. Sorry, you're just having a little bit of strange movement here. Oh dear. Oh, it's her.
Hunger. I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat. The hot flash in my brain lighting up my body. I can smell it everywhere. Blood.
What happened to you?
Let me go. It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's crawling. Never felt like this before. Let me go. I can smell it. I have to have it.
Hold on, I'll let you go. Maybe I should have fed her a blood pack first, actually, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like there's a human downstairs. Oh.
What the? You're not supposed to be here.
Oh no. Whoops.
Where am I?
Yeah, I probably should have seen this one coming, actually, to be honest. Whoops.
The heat. It's never been so satisfying. All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop and I was sucking on a dry, dead artery. It was euphoric. But I've killed him. I've never killed anyone before. What happened? What came over me?
Calm down. Tell me who you are.
What just happened? It's not who I am. I've never done anything like that before. I'm not a monster.
Shh. Calm down. It's all right.
I tried to steal some blood. I heard they sold it. I was hungry, and I can't hunt in town. They caught me, and I was trapped. Thought I'd never escape, but I killed a man. I have to get out of here.
Who are you?
My name is Lily.
Lily? You're the one E told me about.
E? You know E? How do you know E?
He asked me if I knew anything about thin bloods, which is how I found you.
I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most.
Go on.
Rolf, my sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed. Rolf wasn't a thin blood, and apparently I am. I don't know why. Rolf abandoned me. His group wouldn't take me in. They said I was a liability. He left me with so many questions, and I did the same thing to E, but I didn't want to leave E. He forced me out of his life. I should go. I have to get out of here. Maybe out of the city. Soon.
You should go see E. He says he forgives you, wants to see you.
E doesn't hate me anymore?
No, quite the opposite. You should talk to him.
I'll go see him. Thank you.
You might want to clean yourself up first. Got some blood right there.
Oh, about tonight, what I did? Please, don't tell E. It's not my fault. I couldn't control it. I've never done anything like this before. I'm no killer.
I promise, Lily, it's not your fault. You couldn't help it. Goodbye. I mean, she was obviously left really hungry. And it was our fault. We should have given her a blood pack beforehand. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. That was a bug I wasn't expecting to happen. We're gonna have to go through all of that again. I'm sorry about that. Wow. Whoops. Yeah, that was a bug that sometimes could happen in Bloodlines 1. At least in vanilla.
What the? You're not supposed to be here.
I kind of screwed that up.
Where am I?
Yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully we can avoid that.
The heat. What just happened? I tried. My name is E. I tried to. Rolf, he left me with E. I'll go see him. Oh.
Alright, so, okay, we're just gonna... Okay, now we're not stuck.
Go and let that bitch out. There's one less bill in the world now. Why'd you have to let her go and eat him, huh? Now I'll never get to do in that bastard myself. Well, you know what? No blood for you. No more!
What can I do to set this straight?
Now that you let that one go, I have to go out and find someone else to fill the chair. But it's kind of chilly out, and now that my co-pilot's been devoured, I'm flying solo. I need a new body. Find another donor and I'll whip up a fresh batch.
How about I pay you a fair amount to stop this despicable operation?
Fair? How fair?
Here, take this $50 bill.
Fair is double that.
Fine, here.
Fair enough. Need anything right now?
I'll have a look. So you get an extra point of humanity and 2 XP for doing that. So that was useful. Alright, now I finally have the inspection I need. Obviously you don't have to do it the way I do it. Obviously you just have use you unlock the door with, as long as you have like burglary 3 and use your blood buff, or you have burglary 4, you'll be able to unlock the office that the blood is actually kept in, and
Hey, hold on.
oh shit. Yeah, this guy wants to kill me for some reason. Damn. Well, I guess because he heard word from the other security guard that I was a problem. Luckily, we got another key from the clinic, and luckily because he shot me first in this combat zone, he's not going to kill me. Not kill me. I don't lose a point of humanity. Anyway, I'm going to unlock this ready because I want to. But obviously, I would have used my Serpentinus, or I could have bribed him to ignore me, basically, give me his keys. But we don't have to deal with that now. But for now, let's actually take care of stuff in the clinic. So, not only am I going to be... Yeah, we got Malcolm's office key here. Alright, so I'm actually going to make sure this guy doesn't see me. So I will lose a point of humanity if I do this here. Now, this is another place you can hack. Alright. This one requires 10. So again, this is something you could save for much, much later when you have a high enough hacking skill, or at least enough aspects to cover that hacking skill. At least. Alright. But again, you could also look at this code, or you could just ignore it. I'm doing this now because I'm never going to have hacking 10, and I want the extra XP. And the extra money. But again, if you want to play fairly, you don't have to do it. Alright. Also in here, has another estrogen bottle, which is useful. Alright. Ah, look! We have the morphine bottle. Very useful. Now, you're probably wondering how I've got all these passcodes. Like I said, I've... actually, probably should have actually read these quietly. I actually... Yeah, so I got all the passcodes and I wrote them down in a little book. It's a lot of page. And we got more online banking. Well, let's see how much it'll take to hack Malcolm's account. 6. Well, we don't have time for that. Alright. And I do this pretty much for all my playthroughs unless I'm really actually wanting to play fairly with the hacking thing, which I don't tend to. And to be honest, sometimes it's a little bit harsh and unfair because there are going to be some points where you're going to have to leave certain quests open for quite a while because the hacking requirement is really quite high, and some of them for money that is really not actually worth the effort to go into. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over here. Again, I'm trying not to kill this guy. Now, I could blackmail Malcolm, but I would need to lure this guard right upstairs. So we'll probably save that for later. But for now, I think we should go and look into this whole business about Carson, and of course finally give Mercurio some morphine and tell him we've got the Astrolite and give his money back. Man, we have quite a bit of money. And however, that isn't normally a combat zone, because that's what you get if you have Inspection 5, by the way. In normal, unofficial patch, Bloodlines 1, and I believe in Clan Cuts mod, so I would have lost humanity if I'd actually killed him.
Check.
And I do try to avoid killing him because it's not nice, but it's okay.
Anyway, the McGee case is getting weirder all the time. I found where he's been hiding and I saw some really creepy stuff down there. There was no sign of McGee. I'm gonna follow up on another lead I got too. I updated the files on the computer. This is Carson signing off. Man, that sounds stupid.
There's a key to a tattoo parlor here. And there's a poster. Now you could probably figure this out pretty easily from the poster, which is the password. Location. McGee is hiding in the tattoo parlor in Santa Monica. And of course we already know where the key is. And of course he has online banking too. Now, you might say, what do you mean that it's a little unfair? Well, once we finish Carson's quest, he's going to take this computer back. So that's difficulty 5. Okay, that's a lot more fair. So you probably could manage it if you were focused on that sort of thing. Which I'm not. So. But if I did, I would have done it this way. But yeah, basically, he takes his computer after you rescue him. So we want to make sure we be able to have that. Now you may have noticed he has a chest right here. Now, in the original unofficial patch version of Bloodlines, he has a tape there, which you could give to Gary for a poster. However, this is different. In here is a very nice goodie, and this is something you would want to do if you have very into lockpicking. Now, lockpicking 10. Now, if you kill Mercurio, which means you are nasty to him before you get the Astrolite, when you come back, he tries to kill you. This place will no longer be an Elysium zone. So that means you can use your blood buff. So, say for example, you get your security up to 8, well, burglary up to 8, and you have your blood buff at 2. You could just use your blood buff to supplement it, or wherever is needed. However, because this is an Elysium zone, because I'm nice to Mercurio, I need to have my burglary up to natural 10, which means either max dexterity and max dexterity security, or if I have a background that gives me a bonus in burglary skill. For example, some clans could have the locksmith, which gives you +2. I would only need to have 4 dexterity and 3 dexterity and 5 security, or 4 dexterity and 4 security to supplement it. So that's something to take into account. Anyway, we better get back to Mercurio because he must be in a ton of pain. And then we will cut the episode off soon. Mercurio? I brought you some morphine. Hold still.
Oh, holy Christ, I needed that.
I got the Astrolite back.
Yeah? Did you waste those sons of bitches?
No, that's not my style.
Did you get my money back?
Yes, here, take it.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. I might have to buy some new kidneys with this.
What am I supposed to do now?
You need to make someplace disappear. A warehouse. Looks to be a Sabbat interest.
What's the Sabbat?
You haven't been doing this too long, have you? The Sabbat, as I understand it, are your typical power-hungry movie monsters. They specialize in causing grief. I've tangled what they're like, let me tell you. I didn't enjoy it.
Tell me about this warehouse.
I heard a lot about that operation. Well, I'd love to get in there, get my hands on the equipment they've been unloading. But it'd be suicide to walk in there. Got a small army of trigger-happy types, and they're all packing. I don't know, maybe,
Maybe what?
There's a guy. I never met him, but I heard a lot about him. His name is Tongue. Bertram Tongue. He's one of you types. If there's anyone who knows more than me about this city, it's him. Unfortunately, Tongue's hiding out at the moment.
Why? Why?
Tongue's laying low because of Therese. Therese Vorman, you know her? Anyway, word is Therese and Tongue are feuding. I don't know the details. My take's that Tongue thinks he's about to get whacked, so he's gone underground till Therese calls it off. If you want to put that warehouse into orbit anytime soon, you're gonna have to get Therese to call off the feud.
Where can I find her?
She and her sister Jeanette, they run the asylum. Some freaky customers frequent that place. I try not to do business there.
What can you tell me about her?
She's the woman around here. Power player. Nice looking broad for a dead chick, but personality like stone.
Where can I find her?
She and her sister Jeanette, they run the asylum. Some freaky customers frequent that place. I try not to do business there.
What can you tell me about Jeanette?
Therese I don't like, but I can respect her. Jeanette's different. I don't know what to make of her. She's a little, you know, in the head. I don't know. Therese is, well, like you. And I would think so's Jeanette. But I hear rumors about her.
Rumors?
Call me old-fashioned, but I just can't talk about that kind of thing in front of a woman.
Call me old-fashioned, but I believe a knee to the balls always makes a guy talk.
Alright, Jeanette got a body built for bedrooms. And I got close acquaintances says they conquered that territory. But I asked the main man, and he says you types, you know, can't or don't or do that kind of thing. Anyway, whatever she is, I hear Jeanette's a wild girl.
I have a question about something else.
Who exactly?
Meant to say someone else. Bertram Tongue.
I don't know him myself. I'd like to meet the guy. Kind of a local legend. He and Therese seem to be contenders for this city. He's crafty. Smart guy. I haven't heard anything bad about him.
People.
Who exactly?
Yourself.
What's to tell? I can get anything anyone wants at any time. Could say it's my calling. Till the Astrolite. Wasn't anything I couldn't handle. Well, back east some shit went down. Big Apple can't go back. I hate LA, but what are you gonna do?
You said something about the blood?
Right. You're straight off the bus. Once a month I get fed vampire blood. Heals me faster. Makes me stronger than a normal human. I don't age. By looking at me, you wouldn't realize it, but I'm almost 60.
I have some other questions about Santa Monica.
Specifically?
Know where I can score some guns?
Guns? Guy named Trip up the street. He keeps a few pieces under the table, but he doesn't sell to anybody. Doesn't have a license. I'll give him a call. He'll sell to you. It's the least I can do.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna ask him other questions about Santa Monica.
Specifically?
Tell me about some of the power players in Santa Monica.
Who exactly?
Okay,
I don't know him,
Yeah, okay, so I think we have all the information. Thanks for the info, goodbye. Alright. I think I'm going to cut it here, and we're going to have to go to the asylum soon. But we also got to deal with Carson. Last place he was at the tattoo parlor. So we're going to go there next. And we also freed Lily, so perhaps we'll talk to her and Eve when we get back to the beach. But for now, I'm going to cut it, and we'll pick up from there.